Okay, so back to tonight. So I'm joined by an actor and a filmmaker. Unorthodox, the tale of a fighter, is a gritty drama about a young amateur boxer and his struggles. So please welcome writer and actor of Unorthodox, Alex Tamaro. Hello, Alex.
Hi.
How are you doing? That was a build-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed. Yeah.
So you're an actor from Manchester, really, essentially, aren't you? So whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Fallowfield. Yeah,
nice.
Born and bred.
The student land it is in Manchester.
But unfortunately, my part's not the student bit. But,
so nice. Tell me a little, before we even talk about the film, tell me a little about you as an actor.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you got into it, why you wanted to become an actor, what you're doing at the moment.
Yeah. I've always loved acting because I think it's, interesting to be different people. I'm very fascinated by people. I mean, I can literally meet, anybody and observe them and talk to them. And with acting, being different personalities really fascinates me. So that's the reason I chose acting. And I was quite lucky because in school I auditioned for a play, Little Shop of Horrors, Mr. Mushnik.
Love it.
I had to do a Russian accent for that. And I kind of just fell in love with being on stage, obviously performing, speaking to people, entertaining people as well. Because, that's another reason that I do acting, because I love to entertain, to make people happy, So, yeah.
Brilliant, super. So, of course, as an actor, now we don't have to mention the job in actor life, but what made you think, right, I'm going to have to make something for myself here, I've got these ideas, I want to make this happen. Where on earth did you start with the filmmaking?
Filmmaking, well, I've always loved storytelling. I think as an actor you are a storyteller because you're telling a story, well, whether it's your story or someone else's story. But I've always had quite a wild imagination. Like I've always, as a child, been writing stories and little books and things like that. And I've kind of been fascinated by the film world. I go to the cinema all the time. I watch a lot of films, and I kind of thought to myself, I'd love to make my own films. Obviously, I don't have millions of pounds to make a massive, Hollywood blockbuster, but I've got a really talented team of filmmakers that I also know that I can collaborate with. So I just kind of, when I'm bored, I just write, and I just really enjoy writing because it's quite rewarding having your film, make it to festivals and get seen by other people. And if people enjoy your work too, then
I feel
it's a bonus.
so inspired even just talking to you about this, motivated, because you see so many actors in Manchester put stuff on at the Fringe Festival, and obviously that's the stage platform, they're treading the boards, and it's not easy what they're doing, but it is kind of more, accessible, and it feels somehow like it is doable, if that makes sense. Whereas what you're doing is very ambitious. You've got a lot to consider. You've got the crew, you've got the cameras, you've got the director. You need people other than yourself.
It's I'm going to say to any filmmaker, making a film is not easy. It takes hard work, determination, and that fight, because you're going to have a lot of obstacles making a film. I've had several with Unorthodox, actors, that can't play the part, or you always get little things that will happen, but you just got to keep on going. And in terms of the crew, I'm quite lucky because one of my friends, Chris Forshaw, is a really talented camera guy. He's worked in TV, films, corporate videos, and he knows
so you
the
called
industry.
him a favour.
Yeah, so he's got really, really good equipment, like professional cameras. He can film in 4K, 3D, anything, you name it.
Wow.
So he's always up for working with me on my films because he knows how ambitious I am as well.
Brilliant.
So it's great.
I've got some stills here actually. While we're chatting, Alex, we can look at the stills and then we'll carry on talking about the film. So we are going to show an exclusive trailer from the film, but before we do that, we've got some lovely photographs. So obviously you had to do a casting process with this film. How did you start with that? Where did you even think to start with casting?
Well, with the casting, as I was writing the film, I thought to myself, because it's about a young boxer, he's going to need a coach, but obviously someone who's quite fiery, feisty, who really pushes this boxer to kind of reach, his potential. And my uncle Josh Akinyemi, who's in the film, he's always wanted to act, and he's never really been given many opportunities. So in my head, I was like, I was piecing the puzzle together. I was like, it's perfect for the role. He's built like an ex-professional boxer, He's quite feisty when he wants to be like a really hard-hitting coach. And I was quite lucky because he played the part to perfection, He was the only man I can imagine who can play that role. And then in terms of the other roles, we had Kelly Walters, who was on Casualty, who played my mum in a film. He's really good. and we had Robbie Conway from Shameless, who's a really good friend of mine.
Are these quite local Manchester
Yeah, I mean,
actors?
they're all young, upcoming actors. We've got some really good upcoming actors in the film.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me and my uncle Josh.
This is the secret of writing your own stuff, cast yourself in the lead.
He's always getting stick. I mean, I used to box myself when I was younger. I did it for a couple of years.
Oh, fantastic.
A couple of amateur fights. I've always loved boxing, you know. It's something that I'm very passionate about myself. I watch every fight. But yeah, back to the actors. We've got some really raw, upcoming talent. You know, we've got Charlie Gallagher, who's amazing. We've got Robbie Conway, Daniel Moore. They're all 18 years old, 19 years old. But you know, I think I can see them having big careers in film and TV.
Oh, wow.
Because they work really hard. They take direction well.
And you know, when you watch it back, because obviously you're watching it live when they're filming, but when you watch it back, it's just magical, isn't it? And you see it come alive.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some clips of their acting, and they are really, really good. Like, I'm really proud to have them in my film. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. There's, as I say, guys, we'll show the trailer after the break because there's a lovely little trailer you've got for the film. But I'm intrigued where you got the original story from, Alex, of the film.
Well, the story, it came from. Obviously, like I said myself, I used to do boxing, and I kind of thought to myself, I want to make a film about a young boxer who's got a really bumpy road, you know, a really unstable life, you know, but he kind of prevails in his boxing. And I kind of thought to myself, you know, a lot of boxers today, all the best boxers in the world that are holding all the belts, they've all come from the bottom.
Yeah.
So I mean, with Alex, in his case, his mum's an alcoholic, you know what I mean? Rather than kind of like feel sorry for himself, what he's done is kind of used, you know, the hatred, the anger of her drinking as a motive to box. It kind of pushes him to be an even better boxer, you know, so he uses a negative, you know, as a positive. He kind of turns a negative to a positive. And it's the kind of story that a lot of people can take, you know, just because something is not right in your life doesn't mean it should stop you doing anything you want to do. You know, use that negative and make it a positive, you know, use it to push you. You know, as a motivation.
Brilliant.
So.
Gosh, that is a motivation. I feel like I want to run a marathon now. I can take on the world. I need you in my life every day, Alex, this motivational speaker. Okay, so we won't tease well, you guys are going to see the trailer straight after the break, but we'll chat more about Manchester scene of acting and filmmaking after the break, as well as the trailer. So do not go anywhere, guys, and we'll join you after this break. See you very soon. Welcome back, guys. I am still in the studio with Alex Tamaro, writer and actor of the film Unorthodox. So Alex, we're building it up before the break, this wonderful film. I've seen the trailer, I've seen the stills, we've shown the stills. Now I'm going to show the audience the fantastic trailer of this film. Yeah. Enjoy.
They say to get to where you want to be in life, you have to work hard. Work hard and jump over any obstacle that comes your way. But what if there was an obstacle you just couldn't jump over? An obstacle no hammer on earth could break down. An obstacle you're tied to and can't escape from. I'll tell you what you do. You keep on fighting against the obstacle. Because no matter how thick the brick wall, enough blows and it'll begin to crack.
What's your name? What's your name? What are you gonna do tomorrow?
And remember, always find something to fight for. Because when you have something to fight for, the only option is to win.
I think this could well be the next Rocky, Alex. He looks incredible.
Oh,
what I'm intrigued about as well is watching the amazing post-production skills. Did you get someone in for that, or did you do that yourself?
Post-production, right, I've got to thank a couple of people. First of all, Chris Forshaw for the editing. You know, he's amazing at what he does. Second, Alec Hulton, who does the sound or the post, effects, because he's really, really skilled at what he does.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally throw something and he could, make the sound of it in the air kind of travelling, the sound of it landing, and it'll sound like it's
a pin
real.
drop.
Yeah, he's unbelievably talented. And
wow.
Jake Whittle, we had on the post effects, the animation at the end. So
Yeah,
I got a really talented crew for that. And
it looks it. Yeah. I mean, the quality, to say that you were worried about how you're going to do this, and I'm sure you've got friends in the industry from your acting days and, like you say, your writing days, but without moving on to the next subject too quickly, what can we expect from this film in terms of screenings? Is there anything in Manchester happening with screenings?
In terms of screenings, I'll be sending it to a lot of festivals around the world. I'm going to try and my aim is to try and get this film into every continent, And I think because of the storyline, the plot, I think it's quite different to a lot of short films I've seen. I'm not seeing a short film like this one. So hopefully America, that's on my list, definitely. LA, New York, hopefully.
For sure, yeah.
I'll be sending it to Berlin Film Festival, Leeds, hopefully, Manchester Film Festival. I've just missed Cannes, but hopefully next year's Cannes as well.
Get it next year for sure.
So it'll be everywhere, hopefully.
Literally aim for that. Literally dream big, I say. Aim for the sky, dream big. I mean, with the festival side, I mean, like you say, you've done your hard work, but actually there's more hard work now to push it. And it is relatable to people all over the world. It's a lovely little story there, and you're acting in it. Hopefully, look at the story of Sylvester Stallone. He couldn't get anything.
Stallone's one of my biggest inspirations, actually. I think the Rags to Riches story really inspires me, because I think it shows that anybody can do anything they want in life. Literally, he had nothing. He had nothing at all, and now he's one of the most successful actors, filmmakers in the world, and it shows. Anybody in the world can do anything they want if they put their mind to it and work hard.
Which is interesting, because I'm moving on to that now, Alex, asking we like to help and give advice to new filmmakers, actors, writers on this show. So if someone is out there watching, and whether they want to make a film or they've got a burning desire to write a script, what advice would you say to them in terms of how they do that, how they get it seen, and how they get
I'd say to everyone, basically, believe in yourself. Really, like, self-belief is one of the most important things to being successful, right? In the industry that you're going to be in, whether it's acting, filmmaking, music, you're going to meet a lot of people with different opinions, right? A lot of people might not like what you do, but a lot of people will like what you do. Everybody's got their own taste. Everybody likes different things. Some people like boxing, some people don't. So what I'd say to everyone, right, is don't get disheartened by one person's opinion. One person might say no to you, but another person might say yes. So I'd say keep on going, keep on fighting for something. If you know you're good at something, don't let anybody tell you you're not, because, you only get one chance at life, so live it full.
Incredible. That is wonderful advice, and that is very true. I mean, you've seen all the Sylvester Stallone story is wonderful, but there was also something I saw online recently about the writer of Fawlty Towers. Trying to push it to a production company, and they were like, this will never work. And this was like, gosh, in the 60s, it was typed out letter. And then, of course, it became the success that was Fawlty Towers. They never gave up.
I think I heard recently, I think it was Spielberg, he got turned down by 3 film schools before he got accepted.
Wow.
And look at him, he's one of the most, the best of all time, in a sense. And it shows, not everybody's going to accept you, but you got to keep on knocking on doors.
And it's same with the agent side. We were only talking before we came on air, weren't we, about the agent thing? I know a lot of actors who are disheartened about, I can't get an agent, I haven't got an agent, I don't know what to do, I can't get work without an agent. And I think in the process of searching for an agent, make your own work, whether it's films or whether it's fringe theatre, or even just practising in front of a mirror, the monologues. It's your craft, you need to work it in.
Always keep on top of, your game, always be the best, because there's a lot of people out there doing the same thing as you. And it's a big competition at the end of the day.
It really is.
You've always got to push to be the best in order to get to where you want to be. You've got to work hard.
Yeah.
You know, hard work equals success. Simple as.
For sure.
So,
and I'm sure you've been there, Alex, before, and I know a lot of actors out there have who are watching. You've been sat in that casting room. You do the bad thing of looking around. You start comparing yourself to the others, whether they've been established for many years or whether they kind of look at it a bit different, and you start. It's only a natural instinct to do that, but you really have just got to think about you, your niche. What's your selling point? Focus on what you're good at and keep, like you say, practicing and practicing.
Yeah, and never watch other people, because if you watch other people, you're just going to end up getting depressed. You know, feeling self-conscious. Yeah. Because I mean, you don't know how hard that person's worked to be where they are. No. You know what I mean? Like their life might have been harder than yours, and they've made it to where they are today. So always focus on yourself. You know, instead of spending time watching people's Twitter or people's jobs that they've got, use that time to invest in yourself. Go to the gym. Work on your body, work on your physique, work on your accents. You know, always push yourself to be better than you were yesterday.
Oh, yes, definitely.
As long as we're developing, that's the main thing.
The tiniest little things you've got to be not just grateful for, but really reward yourself for. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
Before we go on, so obviously, hopefully a bit of advice that you've taken on board. We've got something else you're doing as well. It's another film. What's this about? It's
a 2-minute film called A Memory of My Mother. It's about a young character who loses his mum at a young age. And he basically revisits a bridge that his mother used to take him when he was a child, because this is a place where they were both very happy. You know, he's got a memory of, you know, being with her, you know, when he was very young. So his mother just died, and he kind of scatters her ashes at this place, because, you know, that's where he feels that she would have liked to remain. Yeah. But yeah, that film is basically on behalf of young people that lose parents, because there's a lot of young people that lose mums and dads all the time, and people don't really make films about it. So I thought to myself, I'd like to make a film about this to raise a bit of awareness.
And is this something you did after Unorthodox?
No, that was before Unorthodox. But it's
was this your first film?
No, it wasn't my first.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! You've blown my mind with how much you've done.
I've made some other films, but
fantastic.
You know, but with that one, that's got a very special place in my heart. I mean, the actors were phenomenal. Ricky Tanswell.
Who was that?
Ricky Tanswell's a young actor. His first time acting, he was amazing. Sinead Douglas, who plays the mum, Connor. I mean, they were all really, really good actors, and they've made the film what it is, and it's got into a few festivals because of them.
Is there anywhere we can see that?
Yeah, we can watch that online on YouTube. Type in A Memory of My Mother, and it should come up.
Oh, wonderful. So, We'll do that, definitely. Is that a YouTube channel of yours, Alex, or your production company?
Yeah, it's a channel of mine where I've got my own...
and what's that called, film. Just in case we're...
It's just Alex Tamaro. Just Google
Alex
that.
Tamaro, have a look on YouTube at his stuff. I'm definitely going to... I thought he'd just done these 2 films. He's clearly not. So, Alex, to wrap it up, what's in store now? What's the next step for you? Obviously, plug in the film Unorthodox.
Hopefully travel out to the States, because it's always been a dream of mine to work in America. I've been speaking to a couple of managers, and I'd like to work over there, whether it's films or TV, because I think my castability, my ethnic range will get me more work than in the UK. Okay. And hopefully promote the film Unorthodox, you know, get it to festivals, get my name out there, meet people. Yeah. Hopefully, you know, meet other directors, producers that can hopefully maybe back one of my future projects, because you never know, they might have money to help me make a better film. So
no, of course, and you've got all sorts of crowdfunding going on now, haven't you? There's all that happening, and that's an option, but of course you've got other ideas. I can see. No, I wish you all the best. You know what, Alex? Come back and talk to us and let us know in a couple of months. Update us how you're getting on, and of course, hopefully, we'll have some more trailers of your stuff.
Yeah, hopefully, definitely.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm excited to see Unorthodox myself. The screening's in Manchester, isn't it? Is that mid-May?
That'll be around mid-May, the screening. Yeah, so hopefully, the first premiere for the cast and crew. Then it'll be going out to festivals, and then hopefully released online, or hopefully TV if we can get it on TV.
I wish you all the best, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gemma.
Okay, guys, so that's it for this week. I hope you have a lovely week. Next week, more arts and culture, so join us same time, 8:30 p.m. next Sunday. Good night.